be on here with you guys and share some insights into how we can enter 2023 without diet culture. So if you guys are watching live with me this morning, please say hello in the comments. I always like to interact with you guys as we are on here live together. And then if you're watching on the replay, after this video is done, I would encourage you to just type in #replay so I can know that you were here and I can come and say hi to you then. So a couple things before we get started. If you guys are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube when this video isn't done. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for each time that I come live. I come live typically, I try to come live every Wednesday, but as life happens, it always doesn't work out that way. And then secondly, I have a free community here on Facebook. The community is called Self-Love at Any Size, and this is the group where we have this safe container for women to really embrace self-love at whatever size they are and really start to embrace accepting and respecting their body through lots of different methods that we share within the group, lots of good conversations, challenges, giveaways, all those kind of things. So if this sounds beneficial to you, the link to join the group is in the description of this video. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to bring up my one screen here so I can see you guys. See if anyone's popping in. Okay, so how we can enter 2023 without diet culture. So raise your hand or comment below if you are one of those people that make resolutions in the new year. So you have goals that you set for yourself when we enter January. That's typically the case for a lot of people. So every year, many of us make those resolutions that involve changing our bodies in some way, right? We diet, we exercise, we try to kind of force ourselves into a new shape. And I know I have been very guilty of this in the past. So what I want you guys to consider is, what if it looked different this year? What if instead of pushing ourselves or punishing ourselves for our perceived flaws, we prioritized self-love and self-acceptance? It's really time, and if you know anything about the work that I do, it is time to kick diet culture to the curb and really start kind of wooing ourselves, right? And taking care of ourselves and accepting and respecting ourselves. So what I want to share with you guys today is some ways that you can start 2023 without diet culture. I see Kelly here. Hello, Kelly. Nice to see you. So what I want to talk about today, you guys, is how to focus on what you can add to your life instead of what you can take away. We are often so very focused, especially in the new year, on taking away from our lives. So taking away food, taking away activities, that we really forget about adding things to our life that make us feel good. Like, when was the last time you did something that you did just because it made you feel good? So this year, in 2023, I want us to think about and focus on adding positive things to your life, like going for a walk with a friend or discovering new music you can dance to. Really finding the things that bring you joy. And that's so much of the work that I love to do with people, is help you to discover and come back to your body, especially when we're talking about the body acceptance and self-acceptance piece. So much of that is just coming back to the things that, you know, make your body happy, bring your body joy, you know, really connect yourself to your body. And, you know, when your body calls out for you to do something, you know, let's say in regards to food, let's say your body tells you that it wants something sweet or salty. Learning to give it what it wants without shame. Shame is so much of diet culture, and listening to your body and giving it what it needs, whether that be sweet or salty or crunchy or whatever it is, your body's earned that, right? We need to stop using language like cheat day, good and bad, because there is no such thing as cheating when it comes to living your life, right? If you want an extra scoop of ice cream, or a few more minutes in bed, we need to go ahead and indulge in those things without giving ourselves all this guilt, right? Kelly says, such a good point. Thank you. So really just focusing, the main message from all of that is really just giving yourself permission to stop using that language of cheat day, good foods, bad foods. I am bad because I ate that extra scoop of ice cream. I am bad because I slept in bed 5 minutes later than I should have. We are our biggest critic. We are the hardest on ourselves. And so imagine what 2023 would be like if you didn't have that kind of taking up that space in your mind, right? So secondly, you guys, is in 2023, what if we decided to indulge in self-care? Because the best way to kind of show yourself love is through self-care. That is one of the core elements in my self-love at any size method, is really being able to figure out the best ways you can show yourself self-care. So taking time out of your day just for you, whether that means reading a book while soaking in a hot bath, like that's your traditional sense of self-care, listening to uplifting music, dancing around your kitchen, taking that time to meditate or journal or get outside, ground yourself, all of these different elements, right? And the thing is, as we kind of do these things too, we really want to start to take note of the compliments people give you. And that's not just about how you look, but how your personality is too. And let them sink in until they become second nature. So when you receive those compliments, really allow yourself to take on those feelings of, I am a positive person, or I am confident, or I am funny, whatever these things are. And really, embrace those things. And so, because with a lot of this, as we're thinking about self-care and as we're thinking about body acceptance and self-acceptance, we have a lot of that, a big part of getting rid of the negative voice in our heads and those negative thoughts that creep into our mind. I'm not worthy of self-care. I'm too busy for self-care. I don't have enough money to do self-care. Because when those negative thoughts creep into your mind, I really want you to take a deep breath, and we can even do it right now, and really come back to those words of affirmation, whether those are things that people have told you about yourself, whether it is things that you desire to feel. So if you desire to feel confident, repeating those affirmations out loud, and that's something I would definitely suggest for you to do in 2023, is repeating those things out loud. There's so much more power when you actually put your voice behind it. And really just start saying them until they start feeling true. And I know it's a very foreign concept for many, and it feels very uncomfortable when you first do it. But as you step into that power and as your voice carries that affirmation, it will really allow you to step into that version of yourself that is just so powerful, so confident, and just, has let go of that fear of comparison, that fear of being judged, that fear of being in a body that maybe doesn't look like how you want it to. So really just being able to step into your power, shine your light, speak your truth, all these amazing things that we want to do in this life and that we are kind of just waiting around. So I would challenge you we could start this now. Like I think Kelly says, I'm starting now. It's so true. We don't have to wait till January to start to feel differently, to start to step into that version of ourselves that we want to step into. So thirdly, you guys, is ditching the diet mentality. So as the title of this video, enter 2023 without diet culture, part of that is ditching the diet mentality. And it can be really hard. Like, I totally understand. And the first year that I remember doing it, I toyed with my emotions a lot. I was very emotional, thinking that, oh, well, because I'm not partaking in diet culture this year, I have given up on myself. I've let myself go. And it can be really hard to walk away from that and break free from it. But it is possible, you guys, with patience and practice. What I would encourage you to do, start doing this now. And I know I'm already seeing it, and I've hid a lot of ads this week. I have hid a lot of Weight Watchers ads and lose 100 pounds this year ads and like all this ridiculous stuff that it doesn't matter. Like I follow very little amount of accounts that are based upon that, almost zero I think now. But start on following those social media accounts that promote that unrealistic beauty standard, that make you feel bad about yourself, and really start to follow people who post healthy messages instead, right? Making sure that, another way we can do this, this ditching the diet mentality is, making sure that your kitchen is stocked with nutritious foods, but also make room for treats like dark chocolate or salted caramel cookies, whatever your thing is. And every, making like, because life is all about balance, right? Like, it's not about deprivation. It's not about restriction. We are meant to enjoy food. We are meant to enjoy life. And life has room for both nutritious foods. And that's the thing too. And I've caught myself just right there of that, every food, whether it's, labeled in society as good or bad, it holds nutritional value. That piece of dark chocolate holds nutritional value just like a piece of broccoli does. And they don't have to be put in these categories of good and bad. It's just really finding that balance and really connecting and listening to your body, right? And so when we think of this, remembering that health isn't just about what goes into our stomachs, right? Our mental wellness is really important too, like mental health, mental wellness, whatever you choose to call it. That is a really big piece of it. So we really have to remember not to forget about giving ourselves that emotional nourishment as well as physical nourishment this year. So it's really about balancing those different parts of our lives. So when we're ditching the diet mentality, we're really stepping into this whole, I like to think of it as like this holistic whole health approach on taking care of our spiritual health, our emotional health, our mental health, our, what am I missing? My words, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, practical, personal. Like there's all these different areas that we can be actively trying to balance the scale of whether or not these areas are feeling nourishing to us or not, and not focusing on health as a number, health as weight loss, right? Like health can be measured in so many different ways, and being that healthy person means having that balanced physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health, right? So in conclusion, you guys, I really want you to know that the last couple years even have been incredibly difficult for so many people. Our mental, I feel, and I've experienced this in a lot of the communities I am in, is that mental health is really taken a really big downturn on. People are finding life really challenging right now on a multitude of reasons, right? And especially when it comes, as difficult as it has been, New Year is always such a really great time to present that opportunity for fresh starts, renewed energy, especially when it comes to the way we treat ourselves. So we often get stuck in those cycles of deprivation, especially in the new year, when really all we need is acceptance and love from ourselves, and ourselves first, right? Putting ourselves first sometimes. So I really want you guys to consider to making 2023 that year that you leave diet culture behind and kind of embrace that self-love piece instead, right? So making those small changes to your life so we can kickstart our journey towards really loving ourselves wholeheartedly in 2023. So that is what I wanted to chat to you guys about today. I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you some food for thought on how you wish or how you desire to be in 2023 and how you desire January to go for you. Because I know for myself and a lot of the women who are in my coaching program, it's really, there's a mixed feelings about January. There's a lot of anxiety that goes into like, well, shit, I have to pick my new diet that I'm going to do. And I have to, have no sugar all of January, or I have to have no carbs all of January. There's all these restriction and deprivation strategies that diet culture throws out there, especially in the new year, where we can enter 2023 with those feelings of love and acceptance and self-care, and taking those active steps to nourish all those 6 key areas of ourself, of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, practical, personal self-care, right? And one of those really important things to me is that self-acceptance, that self-respect. And that's what I desire to help people with. So anyway, you guys, once again, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, I love, love, love to hear them. If you desire to have a community that is going to be there for you and really surround you with love and support and community during January and beyond, I have my program called the Self-Love Revolution with Martina. This program combines the 6 core elements of how I help women to discover this self-acceptance, self-love, body acceptance. We do this through practices like mindful eating, mindful movement, meditation, body image work, chakra healing, self-care, body image work, which I've already mentioned. But yes, all the things, you guys, bringing all the balance and all the good energy towards loving ourselves and accepting ourselves as we are, as we aim to take care of ourselves the best way we can. So that's all I had for you guys. Thank you so much for those who listened. And if you're going to watch the replay, I am also grateful for you as well. So I hope you guys have the best rest of your week, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.